You're listening to the Post-Apocalyptic Media Podcast.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the 72nd episode of the Post-Apocalyptic Media Podcast. I'm your host, Shawn. I'm the senior editor here at post-apocalyptic.com. And I'm joined once again by Tina. How you doing, Tina?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, yeah. We I guess we do this about once a month. We're able to get together and record together. So it's always nice, and we have some good topics this time, I'd say. I don't know, it's funny because there's always like topics, and then there's like hot topics. And last time I recorded, I had the really hot topic of Carol leaving The Walking Dead, and people went nuts. Yeah. And I talked a good deal about that, but the backlash from that was pretty, I don't know, pretty crazy. So I don't think we have anything that big this time. I don't know, but we'll go through these. Who
knows?
Yeah, who knows? Any of this stuff could blow up, right?
Exactly.
All right, well, let's get into the first bit of news. There is a game called The Day Before, which we talked about on this podcast a while back. I think it was a year and a half ago. And it looks really great. I mean, it was at I don't forget if it was like GDC or E3 or one of those, some game convention where they showed off a trailer. And it's, it's like a first-person shooter. Well, not first. It's like a third-person shooter. And there's zombies and there's survival aspects and stuff like that. Well, what's crazy about it is a lot of people said it was too good to be true. And there are literally people making YouTube videos saying that this game is a scam, which I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess you could scam people with a game pre-order.
Is it a scam? Oh, I was gonna say, I'm like, how are they scamming you if you haven't purchased anything? But yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're doing that right now, but I think that's what people are trying to say. But anyway, the fact is that the game is actually postponed now for another year, almost another year, till next May, I believe it is. And it was supposed to release I guess it's next March. It was supposed to release in June of this year, and now they're saying March 1st of 2023. It sounds like a scam to me, right?
Does that happen all the time? Hasn't that like Starfield game, the Bethesda one or whatever it is? That one, I've been waiting for that forever.
Yeah. I mean, every single game does this. And I don't know. If I were a game maker, which I'm not, I would probably not give a specific date, years in advance. I'd probably be like, okay, just hold on. I'll let you know in like a month before we release it or something. I don't know. But I understand you have to have the hype and all that stuff. But
then they have all the game conferences. They want to hype it up there, all this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to show off the trailer. Yeah, you want to get people psyched. That's why I wouldn't make a good game developer marketer guy. I'd be like, no, let's just talk about it like, in a year from now. And they'll be like, wait, what? Why do we pay you? So we'll have to wait till June 21st, or no, March 1st. June 21st was supposed to be when it was supposed to launch, but March 1st of next year. At this point, that's what they're saying. So,
it does sound really cool.
Yeah, it does sound really cool, and Derek is really, really excited about this one. I think he had it on his when we did the most anticipated for 2022. The awards. I think he labeled this one as like his most anticipated. It looks really cool. So I don't know. We'll see. Kind of see how this goes.
I meant to tell you, I started playing Wasteland because you told me to play it.
Oh, the original?
Last time on the pod. No, the third one.
Oh, the third one.
It was on sale for like $10 on Steam, and I was like, and I really like it. It's great.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I'm glad you're playing it. That's it's basically an improvement over Wasteland 2. But they're very, very similar games. But yeah, that's cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just like, it's like $10. I'm like, and I was like, I'm addicted now. I just got to the part where you like leave Colorado Springs during your little truck in the in the winter, and I'm like, I'm going around, running over deer.
I don't think that's the game. I think you're. But yeah, that's cool. I like that game a lot. I like the whole franchise. It's really cool. All right, let's go into this next bit of news here. This one I don't really know too much about. Val wrote it up, but there's an anime called Made in Abyss, and there was a season 1 way back in 2017, and they're finally making a season 2. So, I mean, that's, exciting. It's coming out in Japan first, I believe, and it actually has a different name too. It's going to be called The Golden Town of Retsuhi, something like that. In English, it'll be called Made in Abyss, the Golden City of the Scorching Sun. So that's what you would look for if you're looking for the English title. I watched the trailer, which we do have, up on the site, we have this article about this, and it does have the trailer in there and a lot more info. Val wrote a lot of great info.
It looks good.
Yeah, it does look good. So,
Is it for families? Like, is it family friendly, or is it just starring kids?
I don't really know.
That's what I couldn't figure out from the trailer. I couldn't figure it out. I was like, can I watch this with my kid, or should I watch it alone?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't really know, and I don't see a rating on here, but I would say if you were, curious about that, definitely check out the rating first. Now, again, Japanese ratings are different from Canadian ratings, which are different from U.S. ratings. So, who knows, what it has exactly. But I'm sure it would tell if it's for kids or not. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, even if it's for older kids, even like there's this movie. It's not really post-apocalyptic. It's called Maya and the Three.
Oh yeah.
It's on Netflix. Yeah, and my 4-year-old, she's a bit young for it, I think, but she's obsessed with it. So I'm like, she could probably watch this if it was for kids.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean think about the things we watched as kids. They probably shouldn't have watched them, and
Alien.
Yeah. My sister, who's 8 years younger than me, she was obsessed with Freddy Krueger, The Nightmare on Elm Street. Now, even
that's really weird.
Yeah, I know. What's funny is she's like a productive member of society right now. She's not a serial killer, so. I always use that as an example when people are like, kids shouldn't watch it. I'm like, well, my sister watched a guy cut people up with finger knives in the 80s. So
even like kids movies, like the movie Matilda came out when I was probably 10 or 12, and that movie is like terrifying.
Yeah.
It's like kids being like abused at school. And it's like, oh my god, like.
Yeah,
nowadays that would never pass.
Exactly. Yeah, they wouldn't allow that now. All right, well, next bit of news is there's a new movie coming out. It's an apocalyptic thriller called The End We Start From. Now, this is based on a book from 2017, and it was a bestseller. I believe, Megan Hunter is the author's name. Mm-hmm. And so they're adapting this into a movie now, starring Jodie, I think it's pronounced Comer, something like that. Jodie Comer. And Benedict Cumberbatch is an executive producer who I think we all know, any fans of
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, exactly. He's a big star. So he's going to be executive producing it.
A bit.
Jodie Comer is, if you don't know who she is the mother of Rey in the last Star Wars movie. What was
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. If you haven't seen it yet.
From like 3 years ago.
Yeah. It's The Rise of Skywalker is the one.
Yeah.
But she just won a BAFTA award. She's a huge actress, especially she's British, so especially in England, she's a bigger actress. But I think this is exciting because she's, an accomplished actress plus Benedict Cumberbatch equals success, right? Put those together.
I gotta read the book now. It's not a book in 2017 I would have picked up.
Yeah.
Because before I had my own kid, I was not interested in any stories about kids.
Yeah.
But now that I have kids, I'm more interested in kind of that process, because it's about like a mother that has a baby after like during some kind of an apocalypse, like a flood or something.
It's like right during. Yeah, it's like during the apocalypse, during a giant flood in London. And
so it's kind of like in The Road, how Charlize Theron has the baby in the midst of raiders.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I think they even compared a little bit to The Road.
Oh,
but
cool.
So she has the baby during the apocalypse, and then it's how I think it follows the mother and the baby, but then it continues on with the baby's life later on. I'm pretty sure. So that sounds interesting.
I'll read the book and I'll do a comparison.
Yeah, there you go.
When it comes out.
There you go.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, it sounds like a good movie. Now, there's no, date. There's no release date, anything like that. It's just basically been announced. That's being funded by BBC also. So that's big money, right?
Yeah.
So that's, it shows that they have faith in it. So that's cool. Mm-hmm. All right, let's go on to the next. Now, this is a good one. Love, Death, and Robots.
Yes.
That's the season 3 trailer. Now, they announced season 3 a while back, but season 3 trailer, this is like the latest trailer, shows clips from every episode, all 9 of the episodes. And not only that, it shows the names of each one, and it has dialogue from each one, and it gives you a good idea of what to expect. And there are some in there that look pretty post-apocalyptic. I
will admit I only watched 10 seconds of each one because I don't want to be spoiled, because usually they're so short, the episodes. So I was like, I don't want to. I don't want to see too much. I was like, cool, a boat one. I'm like, oh, cool, a soldier one. Like, cool.
I'm always impressed at the animation, the skills, the level, quality of animation in these. Man, they are just incredible.
They're so fun to watch.
Yeah. So
I gotta rewatch some of them.
And of course, you pointed this out in an article you did, I think last month, that they're bringing back the robots, the 3 robots. So that's cool, and it's called the episode they're in this one is called Exit Strategies. So, and
I can't wait. Those ones were that one was so fun. That robots one.
And that's definitely post-apocalyptic. So.
Yeah, because not all of them are.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But that's coming out on May 20th, which is a Friday.
Oh.
I think it's next Friday, something like that.
Yeah, it's next Friday.
Yeah, so.
Oh, fun. Okay.
So if you haven't caught
up. Gotta write that down.
Yeah. If you haven't caught up on that, it's Netflix, right? Yeah, Netflix series.
Yep, Netflix, yeah.
Check that out. Okay. Now, one thing I want to talk about, that's kind of our news from the site covered, but I wanted to talk about a book. And I don't know. One thing I wanted to do on this podcast was talk more about things that are, just released or getting ready to release, and kind of, touch more on that. So there's a book that was released last month that I picked up called Empty Earth. And, I resisted Kindle Unlimited for a long time. And I'm finally like, you know what? Because when you have Kindle, you get a free book a month. Just, Amazon Prime anyway. And so I would get that one free book. And
wait, you do?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that. I've been purchasing them. That's annoying.
Well, the bad thing about it, though, is there's a choice of about 5 of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's not like any of them. So what I've been doing is I've been, such a cheapskate. I've just been reading one of these, and they're not always good. I mean, they're pretty good, but sometimes I'll be, 25% in the book and just be like, why am I reading this? So Kindle Unlimited, you get to pick the book, from thousands of books, and you get to, read what you want. So that's what I did. I picked up this book, Empty Earth, just released last month, and I love it so far. I'm not done with it, but I do love it so far. I don't know. It's, there are a lot of these kind of tropes about these post-apocalyptic things where people wake up in the apocalypse,
Yeah.
They're Rick Grimes. They wake up in the apocalypse and they look around and, everyone's dead. And, you get kind of tired of that. But I think this is done really well. The woman wakes up after a suicide attempt, and she realizes that it didn't work. And then she's kind of going through all the things that were going wrong in her life, before she realizes that, hey, the world ended. And that's about where I'm at. And I don't want to give any spoilers, but that's the premise of it. So the rest of the book, from what I hear, is just about how she survives, in that situation. So it's really good.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, it seems cool. It's a really well written book. It has me. I mean, I sit down and I read, for an hour without even knowing I was reading.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which is dangerous. Yeah, but I like it. I thought I would recommend it. Again, it's called Empty Earth by Jacqueline Druga. Pretty good book, yeah.
I've got one that I'm reading right now, actually, that comes out at the end of the month. And it's called These Prisoning Hills by Christopher Rowe or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's like an award-winning author. And he wrote this novella about this AI took over kind of the southeast U.S. with these nanotechnology. So like the plants and the and the animals and like the landscape are affected by this. And then she also controls these like giant robots, kind of like Pacific Rim robots, but they're evil.
Yeah.
And the story is about this soldier who's kind of sent to go find this old technology that'll hopefully have like a weapon to fight against this AI. It's really interesting.
Oh.
I'm not done that either. I'm about halfway through, but that's another new one coming out if people want a quick one, because it's a novella, so it's pretty short. But
yeah,
it's got a cool cover too. The robot's kind of like just like walking through the field.
Oh, nice.
It's neat. Yeah, that's a cool one too.
That reminds me of like Tales from the Loop. Did you see that on Amazon? It had it's from a couple years ago, but it had that same thing, like a giant mech kind of thing, like walking through a field, and I always love that kind of stuff.
Similar to that. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
If you like giant robots, then actually they're not really in the book that much. It's more like a kind of hiding from them and that kind of thing, but it's interesting too.
Oh, that's cool. You have to check that out. Man, I love reading so much, and it's one of those things where it's like, I almost find, I used to think I didn't have enough time for reading, but I find now that I have, with my phone, I literally just sneak a page here and there, which, you can't do that with a movie. I mean, you can, but you have to, I don't know, really pay attention. With a book.
Oh yeah, like waiting in line at like renewing your license plates, things like that. Yeah. Like when you're stuck half an hour standing somewhere, it's great to just have like a book on your phone.
Yeah, exactly. and with a movie, you have to be able to hear it. And I can't always do that with, noise around me and stuff like that. So yeah, I've just found that I've really been reading a lot more lately. And so this Kindle Unlimited subscription better pay off. That's all I say.
my books, if I can hype them, are on Kindle Unlimited.
There you go. Now,
my space opera. They're not post-apocalyptic.
Well, I read the first one. I haven't read this. You have all three.
You did? Oh.
All three of the trilogy are out, or just?
Yeah, all three.
Oh, okay, cool. Wow, you've been busy.
I know.
Yeah, I need to check those out.
Oh, thanks.
All right, so now this last thing I want to talk about and kind of finish off the show with this, because I know this is going to be a hot topic. So there was this topic on Reddit where someone asked, "What are sci-fi shows that you couldn't finish?" And this is like something that's near and dear to my heart, because I am very it drives my wife crazy, but we'll sit down and watch something that has like, say, 5 or 6 seasons. By season 3, I'm like, I'm done with the show. Like, I don't want to keep watching this. And unless it's really good, of course. So I'm not afraid to give up on a show a couple seasons in, and she's kind of the opposite, where she has to finish it out. And so this is a topic all about sci-fi shows that you can't finish, and a couple of these I've not finished. So I think it's funny to me, but
I'm the same. I'm like, oh no, I'm done. And my husband will keep watching, and I'll just like play Minecraft or something and not pay attention.
Yeah, it's a dangerous combination. Like when you come across a show that isn't interesting, and then you have like your phone on you, and you just get lost in your phone and doing other stuff, and like reading books on the phone while you're
exactly.
Yeah. So this list I thought was interesting. It goes over now. Not all these are post-apocalyptic, but there are actually quite a few. And I want to see how many of these you've seen too, or given up on. Yeah. Okay, number 10, Manifest. Have you seen it?
No.
Not at all? Okay.
No, I don't know what it is.
I watched a couple episodes of the first season, and that was it. I was like, yeah, it's just not. It didn't grab me. But number 9.
It's still going?
Yeah, it is. It's still going, which is weird because it's a couple years now that it's been.
Okay.
Number 9, Earth Final Conflict. Now, this came out in 1997.
I remember the show.
Yes.
I didn't watch a lot of it, but I remember seeing episodes of it.
Yeah. See, now this kind of, I don't know, back then we didn't have Netflix. Well,
yeah.
It was like, I think that's when you had to send the discs in back then, maybe. But oh no, I guess not even. I think that started in like 2000. But
that was even later. I think it was like 2010 or something, wasn't it? Oh no, maybe.
It was probably, I don't know.
2002. I was still in high school. Yeah, I don't think they had Netflix. I think Netflix on disc came out when I was in like late university.
Yeah.
So maybe 2007 or something like that.
Somewhere around there. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it depends too. I mean, I'm in Canada. We probably got it like 3 years later.
That's true. Yeah. So this is a 90s show. Back before Netflix, back before all this stuff. So if you wanted to watch this, you had to do this archaic thing of wait, see when it was going to be on and wait for it to come on TV and then
TV guide.
Yeah, look at the TV guide. Yeah. So it was a little different.
Frosted tips on that guy. Sorry, I'm looking at the picture.
Yeah.
And he's got the ultimate 90s haircut.
Yeah. What was that band? Sugar Ray.
Yeah.
Mark McGrath, I think his name was.
Yeah.
I don't know why that part of my brain just opened up for a second, and I'm like, what?
Now you're trapped.
Yeah. So Earth Final Conflict, I never saw it. I think during this time, 97, I had just graduated college, and I think I was like eating ramen, and I didn't have TV back then. So yeah, they're saying here that it's another one of those that nobody really, this person says they never made it past season 1. Fair enough, I guess. Number 8, I did see Another Life, came out in 2019. Did you see that?
I watched I think 3 episodes and I wasn't super into it.
Yeah.
I can't remember why I didn't like it. I think I was watching it with my sister and she hates anything that's remotely like sci-fi.
Oh.
So she made me not like it. I don't know why I was watching it with her.
I couldn't tell you anything about it. Like, I remember that star that's on the cover that they're showing on here.
Yeah.
But I can't remember too much about it.
A bunch of people in a spaceship.
Yeah, in a spaceship, yeah. But there are so many of those.
It was just bland. It was kind of bland.
Yeah, I think so too. I think and it's not even like the bad acting, because I've watched shows that have really bad acting and then, made it through it. Like, have you seen The Island? I think it's on Amazon. It's like
maybe
I-Land.
Oh, no.
Okay, it's like dystopian. It's actually a lot like Lost. People are trapped on an island. They find out that there's people controlling the island, that kind of thing.
Okay, I have seen Lost.
Yeah. But the acting is horrible on the show. Horrible. Oh, no. But I'm still watching it because I want to see what happens, So
You've got just enough interest to keep going.
Yeah, just enough, yeah. All right, number 7 is Under the Dome, based on the Stephen King books. Did you see that?
I read the book.
Yeah.
I thought the book was okay, so I never really bothered to watch the show because I didn't love the book.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of feel the same. I actually saw a couple episodes of the show, and then I went back and I say books because I actually got, when the show came out, they sold it in 2 books because the book is so big.
Oh yeah, I read it as one big chunk.
Yeah. So they kind of got me there. They sold it as 2 books.
They sterilized it.
Yeah. But
what is this, 1830?
I know, right? So
sorry, a literature joke. Might not be the right time.
But the premise of this I thought was good. It's kind of wacky actually. The city is caught in this invisible force field, and people outside of it can't get in. People inside can't get out. It was intriguing enough for me to start on the show for me to start reading the book. I didn't finish the book or the show, so that goes to show you. And I usually always finish books. I don't know.
The ending is a very much a Stephen King ending. It just kind of ends, and you're like, okay, thanks. It's like the journey versus the destination.
Yeah.
Like a lot of his books.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Stephen King, but I find that's kind of his style.
Yeah, that's his thing. Well, he has to end it because he's writing 20 other books at the same time. So
exactly. Yeah, they're all like 1,000,000 pages long.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't know. I guess I could see that one. I mean, I'm guilty of it, although I did enjoy it. I actually saw the books the other day on my shelf, and I was like, I need to go back and read that. So, number 6, Sequest DSV. Wow.
Sequest.
That one, now 93, I graduated from high school.
I was in grade 3.
So...
But I do remember the show because they play reruns of it, like when I was a little older.
Yeah.
And I remember watching it here and there.
Yeah. I just graduated high school, so I don't think I was really into it. But I do know tons of people were into it. And I'm actually surprised to see it on this list because I thought a lot of people loved it. But
because this is the one where they live on the ship.
Yeah.
And then they have to keep leaving the ship for some reason.
Yeah, and I think they have like a pet dolphin or something.
Yes, that's why I liked it as a kid, because I liked the pet dolphin.
Yeah,
because I was a 13-year-old girl.
Yeah, I think that's. I can't even remember watching one episode, but I know what it's about because I saw the commercials constantly, and my friends would watch it and stuff.
I would love to go back and like check it out now and see how bad it is, or if it's like good. There's another one, The Lost World. Do you remember that one? Where the people... Yeah, that one's on Amazon Prime. My husband and I tried to watch it. I mean, granted, we were under the influence, so it was funnier than it probably really was. But it sent me back. Yeah, it's crazy how, we go back and we watch stuff from like the 40s or 30s, and we're like, wow, this is a work of art. And then we go back and watch stuff from the 90s, and we're like, what were we thinking? Exactly. It's like, really? Wow. And then you're like, oh, look at that outfit.
Yeah, look at that hair.
Oh.
All right, number 5. Now, this one I liked. I was surprised to see this one. Revolution.
I don't think I watched this one. I think I just missed it.
It was, it was cheesy. It was, I mean, it came out in 2012. It had 2 seasons, I think.
Right.
I don't know. It was intriguing. It was like, so all the power went out, and it was that kind of apocalypse where all the power went out, and so there's
power's just gone.
Yeah, and so there's one guy that knows the secret, and there's like this woman who we see a couple, and this is
he knows the secret to turning back on.
Exactly.
Power.
It's like this. Okay. Yeah, it's a thing that you could guess how it's going to end, and I think that's probably why people stop watching it, because they're like, I know what happens.
He just flips the switch at the end, and they're like, yay.
Yeah, and then the world, and this, I can't believe this is 10 years old, the show, but yeah, it was pretty good. It actually reminded me a lot of The Postman, Kevin Costner. It had a lot of that kind of element to it, but it's a pretty good show. Doctor Who. Now, this is the new Doctor Who. It says here, starting in 2005 to present. Are you a Whovian? Is that what they call him?
No, I've always like meant to like try to watch it, but it's such a big show, and there's so many seasons, and I don't know where to start, and so I'm just like, too much. It's overwhelming.
Yeah, I think that's a good description. I watched it as a kid. My dad watched it in like the early 80s. And I remember seeing it on in the background, and people are going to roast me for this, but I can't remember the guy's name. The doctor who had the big curly hair, and I remember his scarf, his colorful scarf. I don't remember his name. So that was the doctor that I grew up with, and that's who I always thought of as Doctor Who. And then I don't know. I mean, they change it every year, so I don't know anything about Doctor Who now.
Yeah, my parents never watched it. My dad was like a TNG, like Star Trek guy, so that's what I would watch with my dad.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. People, I guess, don't like the new one. I don't know.
And there's a new. I know. I saw on Twitter that they just announced a new Doctor.
Oh yeah.
For like the next season.
They do that every year. It's like, I don't know.
It's how they keep the people entertained. They just keep changing it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's confusing to me, I guess. And I guess, speaking of reruns, number 3 is the new Knight Rider.
New meaning like 14 years ago. New.
Yeah. I mean, as in, new to me, being the old guy who watched the originals.
The car that's in it now is like more of, not a classic, but like an old car now.
Yeah, because they had the original, of course, the Trans Am that David Hasselhoff drove around, which was the original kit.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was a great car. Now they have this Mustang in the 2008 one, and I don't know.
I think my husband, he's a huge car guy, and he was appalled. He was absolutely appalled. Like, he loves classic cars. Like, he has like 8 or 10 little models that he just has around the house. And he was just like, no, I refuse to watch it on principle. I'm like, okay, whatever. That's the hill you're going to die on. Go for it.
Yeah, I can see that because I don't know. But I never watched the show at all, so I can't, comment on the show itself. But this person on Reddit said that actually David Hasselhoff was on the show for 30 seconds, and that those 30 seconds were the only cool moment of the 3 or 4 episodes I watched. So, yeah. People want to keep playing with like things that worked 30 years ago and they want to redo it, and it just it's always a disappointment.
No, it's like, just leave it. Let us enjoy them as classics.
Yeah. All right, so number 2, this one is the big one for me. This one really hits home for me, and the 100.
Is this the one where they take the teenagers and throw them down on the planet?
Yeah, basically.
Or is that something? Okay.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. Yeah, and it went on for quite a few seasons. I think 5 or 6 seasons. They took these teenagers, and I guess there's 100 of them, and they put them down on this planet. All the adults stayed up on the ship, but the kids, when they come down there, I mean, I say kids, they're all, like, they're probably in their 20s, but they're supposed to be like teens. They go down to this planet, and they find that there is another group that was already there. That's kind of a spoiler, but not too bad. So they find out there's another group, but then there's also another group. So there's like the original people that were on this planet, and then there are the people who were dropped before, like decades ago, and then there's the people now. So there's like multiple groups, and they're all trying to get along, and they're fighting with each other. So that is the cool part of it. Like, it is a really great story, the first couple seasons.
Why are they dropped on the planet?
I forgot. I think it's something... I don't remember.
I watched the first, I think, 3 or 4 episodes, but I was like, there's too many teenagers in this.
Yeah.
Nothing against teenagers, but I just can't watch shows that focus on teenagers.
Yeah.
I'm just like I'm fine if it's like Stranger Things is great because you've got like a mix.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if it's just kids, I'm just like, oh, I don't want to relive my not glory years and vicariously through these more attractive people.
That's why we watch these, I guess.
I guess so. For me, I'm just like, no, I must pretend that never happened.
I don't know. I felt like this show, the costume design was amazing. They had these people called the Grounders, and they had like this really hardcore Mad Max feel to them, and like leather and, metal pieces and stuff. Really cool stuff.
Like fun. I don't know how I didn't get into it. Maybe it just wasn't in the right mindset at the time or something. I should try it again.
Well, it turned into, like the last season at least, it just turned into this soap opera, basically. It was just like, it went away from the post-apocalyptic part and the sci-fi part, and it just went into this drama.
See, that's why I don't like teenager stories or like YA stuff, because it's always like love triangles.
Yeah,
and I'm just like,
exactly. That's what this is. Exactly.
Who's time for that?
Yeah. Yeah, my wife, this is a great example. My wife finished this off, and I think I stopped the second to last season. I don't know, I just couldn't continue. And she's always like, hey, did you ever finish the 100? I'm like, that was 2 years ago. No, I'm not.
She's still bringing it up.
Yeah. But maybe one day, I don't know. From what I hear, though, actually, Stephanie, we were talking about this story earlier, and Stephanie said that the finale was awful. So maybe I'm not missing anything. I don't know.
Maybe not. You just have to like enjoy the part that you remember as,
Yeah. And then number 1 on this list of sci-fi shows that no one could finish is Star Trek Discovery. Is this...
I watched the first season because they broke it up into they did that like half seasons thing.
Uh-huh.
So I have no idea if I watched a season or half of the first season. And the reason I stopped wasn't because I didn't like it, because I actually did find it interesting. But I didn't have the channel.
Oh, yeah.
I think I was watching it on my sister's Crave, which is like, I don't know how it compares in the States, but anyway, it's her streaming service.
Mm-hmm.
I was stealing it from her, and then I couldn't get it to stream to my... I think I've talked about this before. I couldn't get it to stream to my TV, so then I just gave up.
Yeah.
This happened to me with like a lot of shows.
Yeah.
And the only one that I actually went and searched online for was The Great Canadian Baking Show, because it's fantastic. But I didn't search for this one, so I guess I didn't like it as much.
Yeah, if it didn't stick in your mind, then it wasn't worth it.
Yeah, I didn't hate it. I was just like, Did you watch it?
No, I like the original Star Trek. I've watched those a few times, but I never got into anything past that. And I know that
past the
originals.
William Shatner.
Yeah. I mean, I even tried when I was in high school. They had the one with Picard, and everybody loved that. Yeah, everybody loved that. People went nuts over that.
I like Next Generation, but I mean, my favorite. I mean, I love. Oh my God, my brain's not working. The one with Janeway, Voyager. Oh yeah. I love Voyager, but I love DS9. Oh yeah. It's probably my favorite. And my friends always get mad because they love Next Generation, and I'm like, I don't know. I like the politics.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I just never really got like back into it. And I think it's the same thing with like Doctor Who. I feel like there's so much that I would have to know. I mean, I do know the basics from the first show, but I feel like Next Generation really changed a lot. And I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a lot to get into.
A lot more lore, and then you kind of have to watch them sequentially because like Voyager starts like through like near the end of DS9, so like you kind of need to know what's happening at the end of DS9 to watch the start of Voyager. And then I didn't watch Enterprise because I found it boring. Yeah. And then I didn't watch any of the newer ones.
Yeah.
There's just so many things to watch.
Yeah. It's I feel like you have to really be into it to really, I don't know. It's a lot. And like at that time when all, the 90s, all this stuff, I was into Lord of the Rings, which I still am. And like that was the thing I dedicated my lore mind to, my part of my brain. So everything I did, I played all the games and all, Lord of the Rings was like my big thing. So I always felt like I didn't have room in there for any of this other stuff. I don't know.
I don't even know what mine would have been.
Yeah.
I blocked out that part. Remember, I said that like teenage years.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was doing. I was probably just sitting in my room writing terrible like fan fiction. That was probably all I did.
Oh man. So, I think. What do you think about this list though? You think it's accurate?
I guess it depends how many people said this. Like, how did they get all this information? Is it just like some random comments they just picked, or did they like tally how many people agreed with the comments? I guess they just counted all the upvotes.
Yeah, they probably did that. I probably ranked it on Reddit itself. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I had no idea. I've been on Reddit like 5 years.
Yeah, I wouldn't go there. It's really.
No, I'm scared. I haven't left because it made me mad. So I just kept getting in arguments with people.
Yeah,
the stupidest of things. So I'm like, no, I'm done for my mental health.
Yeah.
I'll just argue with people on Twitter instead.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think this list is good. I like that they have the 100 so far up there because although it, I don't know, it grabs you so well at the beginning and then it just dumps you off at the end. I was surprised to see a couple here though, like Revolution and like Sequest. I don't know. I didn't know anybody didn't like that, but I don't know.
Maybe they didn't get far enough to not like it.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Everyone watched season 1 and nobody watched the rest of it.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's a good list. I think I'm probably going to write something about it. I haven't written an article on it yet, though. But I probably will. But cool. Let's see. We have, in addition to all this, we do have a lot more on the site as far as reviews. We have, Stephanie's been writing reviews of Fear the Walking Dead season 7. I think they're up to episode 12 now. So, 13. So she just did the episode 13 review. We also have Attack on Titan. She's reading through the manga, and so she's doing reviews of the manga. She's up to 134 on that. So yeah, we have a lot of coverage of other stuff that I don't talk about here.
Like my coverage of salad fingers.
I was just looking at that as you were saying that. I'm looking at it. It
blew my mind that they were still that he was making more episodes because I stopped watching it in like when it first came out in like 2004 or something. I was like, there's more? Oh my God.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I saw your article and I had to read it because I was like, I remember, I don't know, guess I just remember seeing the one-time thing for that.
Yeah, like the first 4 or 5 episodes.
Yeah.
And there's like, I think what did I say, there's 12 now? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's like...
That was the heyday of discovering
Flash animation.
Yeah. Crazy Flash animation. Yep. All right. Well, let's see. We don't really have a lot coming up. There's a show called Vampire in the Garden coming on Netflix on the 16th. Which did that already happen? No, that's Monday. So we have that to look forward to. I don't know anything about it, but you can check that out. And then, that's it. The reviews, all that kind of stuff to look forward to. I am going to be streaming more if you're into games. So check out our Twitch channel. I've been playing Raft on Tuesdays, which is a survival game about basically living on a raft in the open water. And you pick up debris as it floats by. And then you build your raft from wood and plastic and stuff you find. It's really fun.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's really fun. And you find islands every once in a while, and they're just random little islands, and you can go on there and get like coconuts and stuff to survive. And it's really a lot of fun. So I've been playing that on Tuesdays, and then Wednesday, today, I'm going to probably just play some random game. We'll see. Probably Fallout Tactics, actually. I love that game.
Awesome.
All right, so yeah, check all that out. We'll have links to everything in the notes for today's episode. But Tina, thank you again for coming on. This is always fun.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's a blast.
Yeah. And so until next time, stay alive out there and always be ready for the big one. See ya.